Hello, and welcome to Brilliant Minds, the show where we tell the incredible true stories of people who changed the world. Once upon a time, in a tiny town in Missouri called Marceline, there lived a little boy named Walt who loved to draw more than anything else in the world. While other kids were outside playing, Walt could be found with a pencil in hand, sketching animals, trains, or whole worlds from his imagination. He didn't have much money growing up, but he had something even more powerful: endless curiosity and a wild imagination. As he got older, Walt tried to join the army during World War I, but he was too young. Instead, he volunteered to drive an ambulance for the Red Cross, and even then, he covered the vehicle in cartoon drawings. When the war ended, Walt moved to Kansas City to chase his dream of becoming a cartoonist. He started a small company, but it didn't last. Walt had to pack up his dreams along with his drawings and move all the way to California. He had barely any money, just $40 and a suitcase full of hope. That's when everything started to change. Walt and his brother Roy started a new studio. After a few ups and downs, Walt created a brand new character, a cheerful, clever little mouse named Mickey. But Mickey almost never happened. Another studio had taken the rights to Walt's earlier character, and things were falling apart. But instead of giving up, Walt came up with Mickey on a train ride home, sketching the idea in his mind before he even had a pencil. At first, no one wanted Walt's new cartoon. It was black and white and silent, and studios thought it wouldn't work. But Walt had another big idea. What if the cartoon had sound? So Mickey Mouse became the star of Steamboat Willie, the very first cartoon with sound. And the world had never seen anything like it. You can see Steamboat Willie today as part of the short intro sequence before many Disney productions. People were amazed. They laughed, they cheered. Mickey Mouse became a global sensation, and Walt Disney was just getting started. Walt didn't want to stop at short cartoons. He had an even bigger dream: a full-length animated movie. People thought he was being ridiculous. No one will sit through a cartoon that long, they told him. But Walt believed in his story about a kind princess, a jealous queen, and 7 tiny friends. That story became Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. It took 3 years to make and almost emptied the Disney Studios' bank account. But when the film premiered in 1937, it was a huge success, the first ever animated feature film. Walt kept dreaming. He brought stories like Pinocchio, Bambi, and Cinderella to life. But he wanted more than just films. He wanted a place where people could step inside the magic. So he imagined Disneyland, a park where children and grown-ups could laugh, explore, and live inside their favorite stories. When it opened in 1955, it was like nothing the world had ever seen. And although Walt passed away before Disney World in Florida was finished, his dream continued to grow. The Walt Disney Company didn't just survive, it became one of the most powerful storytelling studios on Earth. Today, the world Walt started includes even more magical adventures. Kids sing along to Let It Go from Frozen, cheer for Moana as she sails across the ocean, and watch superheroes like Spider-Man, Black Panther, and the Avengers save the world. All of that, every bit of it, started with one boy who liked to draw and who never stopped dreaming. So what can we learn from Walt Disney? That imagination is powerful. That failure isn't the end. Sometimes it's just the beginning. And that no dream is too big if you're brave enough to chase it. Walt once said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." And he was right. See you next time.